If you didn't know this about me, a few years ago, as I was trying to figure out life, I became pretty obsessed with trying to feel more like a badass. I spent many hours reading, watching, and listening to self-development material in order to feel more badass. Notice that I use the word feel rather than look like. This is because one of the counterintuitive things that you learn doing this work is that you could be wearing a pink fairy costume but still feel like a badass. Why is that? Well, this leads us to our first big realization, which is what we are after is not a look. It's the feeling that we hope the look would give us. This is huge. So I thought to myself, well, okay, I see that. But how do I get there? How do I get to that good feeling of confidence and high self-worth? Well, in my eyes, that was what the self-development books and videos were teaching. That's what they're for, right? But even still, even having learned all of those great things and integrated many of them, underneath I still felt very anxious. Why? Well, I had this one very simple but life-changing realization. And that was when I chose to watch pornography. Afterwards, I felt depressed and miserable. And then when I chose not to watch pornography, I didn't feel miserable, and instead I felt great. It's such a simple observation, but if you have this for yourself and it fully clicks, abstaining from pornography can begin to feel better than watching it. Not all at once, of course, but over time, gradually, with gradual increases in your happiness and self-esteem. Really, I recommend that you try both. If you gain experience with both, you'll see that one crashes horribly, but the other keeps you soaring high like an eagle. It's your choice. After some time, feeling just less miserable actually evolves into feeling badass. For me personally, I experienced this so frequently that I ended up having a full-on personal transformation. After some more time, I got to a point where I really paused. And I came to appreciate how far I've come. And it was in this moment that I had another big realization. This was never about being badass. This was simply about being comfortable in my own skin. Realize deeply that all you ever want in life is to feel good. Notice that every action that you take in your daily life is an attempt to feel good. If you get this, if you get what I'm saying about feeling good, you can, right away, begin to set up your life making positive, healthy, and sustainable life choices that will lead you to feeling good all the time. And if you don't know where to begin with that, surrendering pornography is a very intelligent first move. The next realization, one that my brother pointed out to me, is that you first must become a badass before you can let go of being a badass. Which is to say that if you are in the phase of developing yourself, developing your identity, developing your badassery, then go as deep as you can. Extract all the juice and all the value that's there. And then, only once you've fully exhausted that phase of your life, are you ready to move on to better things, even better things. It's very normal to think that surrendering this badass feeling would be counterproductive. But really, a wise person would understand that letting it go would only make room for something more awesome, something even greater. Remember, there are always higher levels of self-actualization just right around the corner waiting for you. Don't forget that. So there are the insights. Be mindful that the only reason that I'm able to share these is because I myself have experienced them as a result of moving through different life phases. The truth is, this stuff takes ages, and it must all be derived from your direct experience. Take as long as you need, and make as many mistakes as possible. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you took something from it. And if you would like more, then please do subscribe.